Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, looks like it can hear me. Man, this has been probably one of the longest droughts on doing a podcast. But I got nothing but time. I've hit a lot of my goals as far as my running goes. I'm on a little bit of a hiatus from running for a little while. Broke my toe over about 2.5 weeks ago, man. So I've just been chilling at the house, catching up on some movies, some throwbacks, some old school stuff, 80s. I love the 80s. The music, the culture, the people, the whole setup, everything that it represented in my time. And, even though I was born in the 70s, I was raised in the 80s, so I consider myself an 80s baby. So I've just been watching a bunch of movies. Watched Atomic Bomb, or Blonde. I said Bomb. Blonde last night. It was actually pretty good with Charlize Theron or whatever her name is. It's actually a really good flick. You got to be fully engaged, but you don't have to be too engaged to where you just have to give your undivided attention to it. But I went back, realized that some movies are not worth the dip back. I went back to watch Weird Science a couple Sundays ago. Weird Science is a movie basically about these two dudes who are teenagers. They pretty much losers in high school, and they're struggling. They're struggling to be accepted, and that's always kind of that weird gap in between childhood, teenage years, into adulthood and transitioning. Just roll with me. I'm just doing some random stuff to kind of get my mind jogging. But yeah, some of my favorite movies from the 80s was like The Breakfast Club, Uncle Buck, 16 Candles. I have a few others that I get into. I'm just kind of tapping through my screen right now, looking at some of my old stuff that I used to watch. Oh, The Karate Kid. I watched that probably about 3 weeks ago. Just like I said, I ain't had nothing but time. Started dipping in the 90s a little bit. Child's Play, the first one. I don't know, man. I just love watching that old stuff. Just kind of, the whole feeling of nostalgia that rushes over you. I've been watching some new movies this year. Pretty much been going to movie theater like every weekend. Just watched White Boy Rick. It was good. It's worth the watch. Not to give away the story or anything. Wish there was just a little bit more. I watched Superfly, pretty much the remake of the ones from the 70s with the black exploitation. I done watched the movie twice already. Shit, I'm probably end up watching it about 3 times. Ain't no telling. It's actually really, really good. It's worth the watch. I watched Incredibles 2 this year. I watched the new Mission Impossible. I watched a few other flicks this year too. I watched the Avengers. Was it Avengers? The Infinity Stone or whatever it was, or Infinity, what is it called? Age of Ultron, Infinity War. I watched that, but then I had to go back and watch some of the others just to catch up because I hadn't watched Age of Ultron. I had never watched Guardians of the Galaxy, so I watched Volume 1 and 2, and then I watched. I had seen Logan when it first came out, and I'm a big Wolverine fan, but I watched Logan probably 3 times now. It's really, really good. Doctor Strange, I saw that a couple years ago. Deadpool 2, I watched that this year. The only one I hadn't dipped back was I watched the first Captain America. I watched the second one or the third one, and I need to watch that. So yeah, just been pretty much chilling, trying to figure out what I want to do next with this channel. It's not dead. It's just that I've been busy maintaining and challenging myself. I think that's the big thing. Challenging myself, seeing where I can go next, what I can do next with this channel, and figuring out life in itself. Been quite a challenge in itself for me. because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next. Probably the last 2.5 years, I've watched a steady decline of my channel as far as like the outlet, putting out content on the channel. I'm pulling it up right now, just looking at my daily, or the amount of videos I probably put out. Let's see, 4 or 5, probably 15 videos. Not really a lot of content. I mean, I was used to dropping 50 to 60 when I first started out, and then I moved up and started putting out 40, 50, 60, 70, and then I just kept going and going and going, and then it just got to this number that I didn't even believe it could get to. In all honesty, I did more with the channel than I even thought I would. I mean, I'm sitting at like 1,500 subscribers, and it's kind of been at that number, which rightfully so. It's partly due to me. I look at, I'm the one to blame for that situation, but it's really no blame. It's more of, it's something that I did, and I hadn't done anything like that in a while. So it just, I don't even know what I'm going to title this one. I just know that, man, I'm looking at my podcast. I love talking. I love radio. I love sports. I love video games. I love movies. I love music, all kinds of stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but yeah, I've been having fun with that and trying to catch up and trying to figure out what I want to do next. Yeah. Lately, what have I been playing? Shadow War. I went through a weird transitional period where I wasn't playing like dedicated to playing video games like I am now. I've added some new systems. I've gotten rid of some. I've gotten rid of libraries out of my game collection. I just recently sold my Nintendo because I picked up the original Xbox. I got it for like $40, but I still had like probably about 20 to 30 original Xbox titles still I had never gotten rid of from years ago. So I went back and got another one at the Let's Play Game Expo. I'm still going to the game conventions. I didn't have as much fun, and I think because mainly my mindset and my heart wasn't in it. My mind was somewhere else. And I think just a lot of personal stuff that I had been enduring was kind of carrying over into the things that I love. So I was losing the passion and the zest and the desire and the hope to want to do it, to want to play video games. And then being at the convention, that was the only thing I bought was the original Xbox. I didn't get anything else. And I spent $40, which I felt like was a good deal because my long-term goal was to get it modded. And I'm actually working on that right now. I found a really excellent modder that that's gonna, hopefully he'll be able to do the things I want and it'll turn out the way I want. I'm hoping to get the systems from like the Coleco, I think, and I think that's right before the 2600, all the way up to I think the N64 or the PlayStation 1. I gotta go back and look at his video because he sent me a link to his video, basically letting me know all the emulators he's going to put on there. So, yeah, man, I finished up God of War a couple months ago, back in June. What are we in? September? So it's been 3 months, but it took me a long time to beat the game, and that let me know I was coming to a standstill. I don't know. It's just a weird transitional period in my life. So trying to figure out the next thing that I wanted to do has been always a challenge. I haven't stopped loving the channel or wanting to do the channel. I've just been in a weird place where I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I clearly still see people watching, so I appreciate that. Even though I haven't give you guys much content to work with, I really do sincerely appreciate that. So yeah, I've been playing Shadow War, and it's, in my opinion, it's really good. It far surpasses the original, which a sequel is supposed to do that. You know, most of those sequels, they may flop, fall over, and not do anything. But it's doing really well. I mean, it's a really, really excellent game. I love the main character, the main protagonist out of this, and they just continue where they left off with the ring, and you know, he basically got like this spirit that's connected, and the powers and the upgrades of being able to take over the minds of these basically I don't even know what creatures, I guess, or monsters or whatever you want to call them. I always loved war. I always loved battle. I love the fact that you can just get in, dive in, and be in it. So that game is really in depth. I rented Spider-Man the first weekend it came out, and that game is phenomenal. Probably one of the best Spider-Mans I played in a long, long time. One that just really made me want to play the series was the Spider-Man that came out, the first one that came out on PS2. I still have the copy, or I have it on Xbox, the original Xbox somewhere. Yeah, that just blew my mind away. The fact that they got Tobey Maguire on there and everything to do the voiceovers. And I watched the trilogy of Spider-Man movies and stuff like that, and it just solidified it in my mind. But this new Spider-Man was Insomniac. You could tell they took their time. You know, they put all their investment in, did everything right with this game, and it feels very fluid. I mean, as far as the web slinging, the boss battles, fighting enemies, stopping crime, and all kinds of, and the side missions, you want to do them because they fit in seamlessly. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. But I had to take it back. Only rented it for 3 days. I just wanted to kind of do a touch and go type of thing to feel it, see what it is, and enjoy it. But yeah, like I said, with my Xbox, the original Xbox, my ultimate goal is to have it completely modded. And I still want to be able to play my original titles. I just finished up Max Payne, the first one, on the original Xbox. I don't even recall doing that. And what else have I done? Oh, I picked up a bunch of titles lately too. Let's see. I picked up Max Payne 2 for the original Xbox. I just picked that up just recently. I'm looking at my collection right now as I'm walking. My wife let me do some different setups here. Oh, and system wise, I upgraded. It went back a couple months ago. I got the PS4 Pro, the Star Wars, when Battlefront 2 came out. I got that edition. I have my X1. I think I showed you guys that last year. I got the Xbox original, the OG. Oh, I got the silver PS2 because I still have my black one. But my probably about 4 or 5 months ago, my what was that? My Xbox blew out, or not my Xbox, but my PS2 blew out. So I got the silver one. I got it real cheap. I think I got it for $30-$40 or something like that. The dude that I knew from Retro Madness, he hooked me up. It's a good buddy of mine's. So I was glad to get that. And I've been enjoying that. I need to play a little more time into it, but I've been playing the mess out of my PS4 Pro, enjoying the upgrade of the graphics, the frame rate, the super sampling little aspect that they add in there, and the 2K, 4K, you know, that's really, really awesome. I've seen how it's going to potentially look. I am in the middle of looking for a good 2K or 4K TV that I can put on display on my computer desk. Some games I picked up for my X1. I picked up South Park, Fractured Butthole, Dying Light. I picked those up a couple weeks ago. I've been enjoying those, having fun with that. Really, really, really enjoying that. What else have I picked up lately? I think I showed you guys Mass Effect, the original, XCOM, Castlevania for the 360, Devil May Cry or DMC, Wolfenstein, which turned out to be Black Ops, the first one, GoldenEye 007 for the 360. What else did I get? Not much else. Oh, The Secret of Mana Still sealed. I got that at convention a while back. I think back in July. I got GTA 5 again for like $20 brand new. The Evil Within 2. That's really good. It's a pretty awesome game. So I've been enjoying a few things here and there. Let me see what what's coming over here. I'm gonna fire up my PlayStation because when I upgraded, I got to a 1 terabyte. Oh yeah, that just reminded me. My X1, I keep it on the shelf, and then sometimes I take it down, and I might put it downstairs or up in my bedroom and play it. I got the 3 terabyte external, so I've been playing with that, and I've downloaded probably 100 games, and I barely have even begun to tap the surface of my Xbox. So I've been enjoying that. I have plans to go to Retropalooza. You can hear this damn thing is a little loud, so I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. But I've been enjoying that, and I picked up let's see, some games that I picked up recently for my PS4 digital. Oceanhorn. Was it Monsters of the Uncharted Seas? I've been playing the Unravel 2 demo, which is pretty awesome. I purchased the first one. More than likely I'll get the second one. I picked up the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, the free downloadable title. Same makers of Life is Strange. Oh, speaking of which, I picked up Life is Strange Before the Storm. I picked that up recently. Got Little Nightmares. What else I have here? I got a bunch of stuff. But yeah, it's just been up to the same old stuff. Not much has really changed for me, Like I said, running became my passion, and that kind of took over. I didn't have much energy or time to put towards the channel like I did before, because now I was invested. I started out, like I had put out a video not too long ago. I started out with a small bit of gaming, and or just running a little bit here and there, and then I got to a point where it just kind of took over for me, and it became a real thing where I just blew up in it. And was it last month, the month of August? I had a goal. I was setting goals every month, like trying to run my first little 5K, 10K, which is usually like 3.5 miles or 6.5 miles. And then I was trying to run my longest mile, which I did like 20 something miles in a day. And but this last month I ran 20. Well, no, my goal was 200 miles, and I did hit that the day before the month was about to be over, or 2 days before the month was about to be over. I broke my toe. I was just coming down the stairs. I missed a step coming down the stairs, and so kind of put me out of commission for a little while, but it was cool. Just gave me time to think. So heading over to like current news that's exclusive or interesting, I guess you can say. I'm definitely pumped up about Red Dead Redemption. Can't wait to see how that turns out. God of War was awesome. Honestly, big as a fan I am of God of War, I didn't think they would be able to do more, but they surprised me and went beyond. I want to try out that new Tomb Raider. I still need to play the anniversary one or whatever. I can't even remember the last one before this one that just came out. What else I've been playing or just interesting to me? I usually like to take a lot of stats and stuff. I'm just weird about numbers and facts and whatever. I've been watching series. Oh, American Ninja. I love that show. It's really awesome. I finished up the first season of, I'm trying to remember the name of the movie. I'd have to pull it up over here. I'm literally sitting here just playing around. Oh, Mr. Robot. I need to watch the second season of it. I need to watch the 5th season of Power. I watch America's Got Talent. And then let's see. Another show that I just started watching. Let's see. What's the name of the show? Trying to pull it up over here. The Good Doctor. Really enjoying that. Really having fun watching that. The second season is about to start. Going to watch the last season of Big Bang Theory. And a lot of people were like, I don't even get it after this point. He's just like, what's the purpose? What's the point of it? You know, I'm a fan and I'm dedicated. So I guess that's my big thing or whatever. But yeah, man, I haven't been up to much of anything. The channel itself, I don't know what I'm going to do, honestly. But I do like doing podcasts. So maybe I could start back doing that. Find my avenue, find my lane, and start figuring out the next transition. But yeah, man, that's about all I've been up to. Just been gaming a lot and playing a lot and enjoying little things that I didn't get to do while I was running. But so anyway, current news, like I said, Red Dead Redemption, Spider-Man, of course, is making its waves. What else? Just looking at all these things that I've gotten into. What else here? Where is it at? Oh, that's a big thing too. I've just been diving into books hardcore. I've been reading, buying more old school magazines too. I'm looking for my list over here. I haven't had time to even fool around with any of it. Let's see. I'm still here. It's just going to probably be silent for a second. Oh, I started watching Dexter, but lost interest of it. It was good, but it was like more of its time type of thing. So far this year, I beat, and this is a good thing to touch on, games that I beat this year. And God, there's some games over here that I forgot that I beat. The Last Guardian, my thoughts on that. The game is broken. I waited all these years for that game to be released. It was crazy because I was like, man, because I would try Trico, whatever, with Eco or Echo, whatever, or Shadow Colossus. I still have those games on my PS2. And I had them on the PS3 at one point. I thought about getting the digital versions, but it was so broken because the mechanics, as far as trying to guide this beast in a certain direction, the response was off. You could tell it was slightly off. You could see there was, I beat the game, but it was, I think it was more frustrating, not like I died a lot, because you really didn't die a lot in the game, but just getting stuck in between walls and between pieces here and there, rocks, and then just navigational issues, not knowing where to go, what to do next, learning to repeat, wash, rinse, repeat, and do stuff again. That was annoying. That was annoying as hell. I was like, shit, this is one of the most broken games besides Duke Nukem, the one that you had to wait forever. And as you can see, there's a correlation with the two, having to wait forever, and then the game comes out and it's broken, and they're barely making budget, so they had to release the shit. Now, a really good game that you should play that I beat was Max, The Curse of Brotherhood. It's basically, in a nutshell, This dude named Max, his brother gets kidnapped, and you're having to go through all these traps, and almost reminds me of Limbo a little bit. But it's really awesome. The animation style, artistic view of the game is pretty awesome. It's a little bit of challenge, but it's not too frustrating to where you want to quit. It leaves you in a space where you're interested. You want to see what happens next. You want to enjoy it. You want to do the things that's just really fun with it. And oh my God, Assassin's Creed Origins. I will say Syndicate was okay. And I mean, okay, like 7. Okay. Damn near 6.5. Okay. But Origins, because they brought in the RPG elements, and my love for RPG over the last 10 years has grown tremendously. And they do the whole Egyptian thing. They nail it with the characters. Bylek. I believe that's how they pronounce his name. Bylek. Awesome character, seeking revenge. It worked. It worked. So that restored my faith in the whole Ubisoft franchise with Assassin's Creed. I think it was a good thing that they waited 2 years for this game. If you haven't played it, you definitely should. Another title, Shadow of the Beast. It's not easy to explain the game, but it's a side scroller. I don't know how to explain it. It kind of has an old school arcade feel to it. Reminds me, some of the parts of it reminds me of Altered Beast. Transformation of the character. You will die, but you won't die a lot. It's a lot of nonverbal communicating type thing that goes on in the game, but it's awesome. It really is a good game. I really enjoyed it. I went through it in probably like a few days. Oh, a game that I basically sat on and decided to go balls in with this game. It was The Getaway, Black Monday. Was it Black Monday or Black Friday? It's Black Monday on PS2, and I slept on this game. I even remember renting it when it first came out, and I did not like the mechanics. I did not like the style. I did not like the gameplay. I did not like a lot of things about this. And it just kind of gave me mixed reviews about the title right off the bat. It was no question. I just did not feel the game, so I avoided it at all costs. I stayed away from it. And now I look back on it, and I'm like, it actually was a good game. I beat it. It's a game that does the transition between 3 characters this time instead of 2. Last time it was Mark Hammond and then this police officer. You had 12 missions with Mark, and then you had 12 missions with the other guy. But this one was really good. This was basically like a fallen officer who shot somebody in the line of duty, and it just fucked him up. And he was never the same. And so he was trying to regain his humanity and his identity as to who he was as a person and all kinds of stuff. So it was good. And then of course the new God of War, I beat that. Like I said, I beat that back in June. That was phenomenal. I like the transition between Greek mythology and Norse mythology. And I thought they would, and I'm actually glad they didn't do this, because then that would have set the expectations too high. I'm glad they didn't do the thing of putting too much of the old Kratos into the storyline. They stayed away from that, and this is not a spoiler, it's just more so just kind of giving you an idea. They stayed away from that, and I was glad that they did that, and because that would have set the expectations way too high, where we would be thinking, oh, I want to continue to see more and more. I want to see what happened. And I'm thinking down the road, they'll talk about it, and they'll have you go through it as far as what really happened to Kratos after he ended Greek mythology and after he put everything down. I know eventually he will, or they will, Santa Monica will talk about it and touch base. But pretty much you're taking your wife's ashes, you know, to a sacred place. But in the process, you're taking your son through this journey. And in the journey, Kratos is learning a lot about himself. I mean, they do touch on it about his life between Greek mythology and, you know, a lot of old familiar faces. But they keep, like I said, they actually keep it very distant from the Greek mythology. So you see small trickles of it. So if you've never played the game, you won't even know about it. Let me just put it like that. That's how little they even talk about the Greek mythology side. But the Norse mythology, they open your whole mind up to a whole different idea, take you down a different path, introduce you to some new weapons, new setup, new all kinds. It's a whole new. They revamped the franchise, needless to say, and in the end, you end up loving it even more. And then, like I said, recently I beat Max Payne, the original, for God knows how many times I've beat that game. But this is probably the first time I beat it on the original Xbox. I beat it on PS2 and PC because that's where I first had it. So, but yeah, those are the games that I played. That's a lot of stuff that I picked up. But yeah, man, that's all that's been going on with me. It's not much, but you know, I've just been enjoying everything and having time to breathe for a second. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. A buddy and I, we talked about doing podcasts, Steven, but we haven't had time. Our schedules conflict because of different time zones. He's on the other side of the world and I'm over here in the States. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me right now. So yeah. So I'm just trying to think what I want to do next. If you guys have ideas, you can definitely leave them down in the comments below. I don't know when I'm going to upload this. I don't even know what I'm going to do, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about a few things, man. That's like, let me just get my feet wet. But yeah, other than that, LifeSpiller, this is episode 12 of Spilling My Guts, and I'm out.